Hey, peace and blessings, top of the hour. There was something I was just thinking about briefly. I've been trying to record, like, my other phone was bugging out. I don't know. I be thinking people be hacking into my account. On real time. Anyway, this is just my opinion, okay? I think that as far as relationships concerned, right, that people need to show up for each other. Not on a judgmental level, however, on a human level. And be able to communicate with each other effectively. Because a lot of times there is communication, however, it may not be effectively or effective, where you and that person have an understanding. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of times people want to effectively listen or change when things are over. And that's not when you do that. You do that when people are speaking and actively speaking to you about how they feel. Because no one likes to be ignored when they're communicating something that is bothering them or that's hurting them in some sort of area concerning you, whether you're a man or a woman. So, like I said, the communication has to be at a level of understanding. Okay? Also, nobody likes to be in a situation or a relationship with anybody where people judge them all the time. People can't stand that. This is my parfait. No one likes to be judged. This is why a lot of times when people are in a relationship, think of it like this: when you deal with men, men will hide stuff from their mama. Why? Because they're scared of judgment, or you judging them, or scolding them, whatever. You're not supposed to scold your partner. You're supposed to talk to your partner. Your partner is your equal. They're not your child. That's one. You have some women out here talking to their man or their husband or whoever, like that's their kid. That's your partner. And if they did something wrong, you're supposed to address them correctly. Not disrespect them. It's how people get ignored and get cheated on and so forth. Nobody wants to be talked down to. Sometimes people don't have an answer for their behaviors as well. You know what I'm saying? At that moment or at that time. Okay? And I'm not saying that you should tolerate toxicity, but you should have an open mind. You should be open to effective communication concerning your person when that window is open for that to happen. If there's an issue. Okay? That's what makes cheating easier these days, because if you're in a relationship with a person and there's not effective communication, you know what I'm saying, and there's a lot of judging, a lot of arguing, a lot of not listening, a lot of da 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 da, they go to people who listen to them. Period. Regardless to however they go to them. Okay? They go to them. Men and women probably. I don't, you know what I'm saying? So you want to be that person that is an effective listener. This is a world where you could get sex, sex, at the drop of a finger, a location. This is the world you live in. It's accessible. It's different. It's not like it was in the 80s. This is easier to have somebody to talk to chat with, and get on some type of dating site and communicate with people. This is the world you're in. Where you get XCX on the go. Oh, I'm a lonely MILF, a married MILF, and I need a man for an hour. I've seen it. You have to communicate with your person effectively. Not try to ridicule them and be their mama, but be their peace. A man doesn't want no chaotic person. I want, an ungrateful person. But a person that sees their very best in their efforts. That's what they want. They don't want you to pretend to be that, because that could be seen through as well. This is why some women don't understand. Like, I'm a bad B. And they end up with people that don't even look nothing like you, because these people are fucking kind and they're really nice. Okay? Take what I'm saying to face value. You wonder why you see some men out here, they be like, why he with her? Why she with him? Because these fucking people are kind. Although you may look good, your character may be off. You may not be a good parental figure. You may not be a good this. You may not, and not to say that's the end all be all. Okay? Not just, everybody has their ways. Everybody has what they like, what they don't like, their reason. I'm not saying all, but I've had conversation with men, and this is the shit that came out their mouth. Okay? I've had cousins. I've had friends. And I'm talking about non-sensual friends. Okay? I've heard this. Okay? And this is what it is. Sometimes men don't even want what you think they want. Although they may like it, men are visual creatures. Okay? Sometimes everything they like, you know what I'm saying, is not something that they would marry either. It's dependent on who that man is, what his traumas is, what his struggle was. Because a lot of times, men do things that subconsciously or unconsciously, something that they had a struggle in or some type of trauma in when they were young, especially when it's connecting with women. You know what I'm saying? You just don't know what that is. You don't know if that was their mama. You don't know if they was teased when they was younger. They couldn't get bitches, or you know how they talk. I don't mean to call nobody no bitch. Well, they couldn't get no hoes or whatever. Women, they couldn't connect with women. So sometimes they get older and be superficial. Some of them, things happen to them when they was young by older people. Some of them like older people. Some of them like, it's just dependent on their trauma. How they connect in relationships with people. But you want to be a nurturer, not a want. You want to be an effective communicator when it comes to your person. You want to be their friend. You don't have to talk. Talking is not necessary all the time. It's not necessary. Sometimes you need to listen. Sometimes people want people to listen, not to talk. Not to want, just to talk. But these are the reasons why men step out. Keep this in mind. Later.